The Crookston City Council and Ways and Means Committee, they met Monday night at City Hall. The night opened with a request from Elizabeth Boucher, a resident on South Ash Street, that the city of Crookston put more teeth into its dangerous dog ordinance. According to Boucher, both she and her son have been attacked by the same dog in the last 3 months, but the Crookston Police Department, while doing everything they could, was limited, according to Boucher, by the city ordinance.
On December 7th, my youngest son was walking with our dog on the sidewalk on Ash Street and was attacked unprovoked by a dog that lives in the neighborhood. Police were called. The police were wonderful. They have been really forthcoming. They have been really cooperative. They've been super helpful. But they're hamstrung by an ordinance that has too much leeway. The Crookston City Ordinance very closely follows the Minnesota State Ordinance, which says a dog is not deemed dangerous until it attacks a second person. And I think that's wrong. I think it needs to be changed. I think if a dog attacks one person, it's dangerous from that moment on. You can never trust that dog again.
Boucher said the second attack occurred Saturday afternoon, and that with the second attack, the ordinance allowed the dog to be impounded and put down.
The same dog attacked me on my front steps on Saturday afternoon. The only reason that it stopped going after me is because the cop that we had called, because we were told to call if we ever saw that dog out again. And Officer Tate pulled up, and the dog immediately turned his attention on Officer Tate and went after him. And so this is a dangerous dog, and it should have been deemed dangerous the first time it attacked somebody. It's a dog that has a history of going after people. It maybe should have been considered potentially dangerous the first time it chased someone down the street, the first time it got out of its yard and made a beeline for kids in their front yard. At that point, you're potentially dangerous. The first time you bite somebody, you're dangerous. And that's what I'm looking to change.
Boucher also said she believes in restrictions for owners who've had more than one dangerous dog.
I think that if you have 2 dangerous dogs that are confiscated and put down, you shouldn't be allowed to own dogs within the city limits for either a certain period of time or ever again, because I think at that point you've produced the bad dog. That's what we're going for tonight, is not to take people's dogs. I have a dog. I love my dog. I just think that the ordinance needs to free up the police to actually do something.
And the council asked City Attorney Corky Reynolds to look into the ordinance and determine in what ways the city of Crookston could potentially strengthen their ordinance. Police Chief Paul Biermeyer said his department has identified several areas within the ordinance they'd like to have looked at, given their expertise or experience in executing the ordinance, and that he would be in touch with Reynolds to discuss those. The Ways and Means Committee will review Reynolds' findings at their April 8th meeting.